Have you ever stopped to wonder what truly sets apart those who thrive after 65 from those who decline far too soon? The answer might surprise you. While many people your age are quietly losing essential physical and mental abilities, there's a rare group, an elite few, who defy the odds and maintain exceptional function well into their later years. These individuals aren't just surviving. They're living longer, fuller, more independent lives. What if I told you there are 7 specific abilities that, if you still possess them between the ages of 65 and 80, place you in a category of aging so rare that most doctors almost never see it? In this video, I'll unveil these 7 powerful markers, each one a silent but stunning indicator that your body and mind are aging far better than average. In fact, these abilities could add 10, even 15 extra years to your life. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. Please comment with a 1 if you find it resonates with you, or a 0 if it doesn't. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Let me introduce you to Dixon, a 78-year-old retired engineer. During a routine checkup, his doctor glanced over his test results and paused, visibly stunned. "Dixon," he said, "according to these numbers, your physical and cognitive performance matches that of someone in their early 60s. Dixon was baffled. He hadn't done anything extraordinary, just lived his life as usual. What he didn't realize was that his everyday habits had protected and preserved key capabilities that most of his peers had already lost. These weren't just neat tricks or lucky genetics. They were profound signs of resilience and predictors of an extended, high-quality life. And now, I'm going to show you exactly what those abilities are, so you can see where you stand and what you can do to join this extraordinary group. Sign number 1. You can stand up from a chair without using your hands. Can you rise from a seated position without using your hands for support? It might seem like a simple action, but this one move is one of the strongest predictors of longevity and independence later in life. Here's the reality. By age 70, nearly 60% of adults can no longer do this without assistance. That's not just about strength, it's about survival. According to research published in the Journal of Geriatric Physical Therapy, this single movement is now being used as a key screening tool for aging well. Dr. Sarah Matthews, the study's lead researcher, explains, "The ability to rise from a chair without using your hands reflects superior lower body strength, balance, and neuromuscular coordination. 3 critical factors directly linked to a longer, more independent life." Just ask Deborah, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. At a recent book club gathering, she noticed something odd. She was the only one who could get up from the couch without pushing off with her hands or asking for help. "I never thought it was anything special," she told me. "I just assumed everyone could still do that." What Deborah didn't realize was that this small ability meant she had preserved key muscle groups and balance mechanisms that many of her peers had already lost. Just 6 months later, 2 of her closest friends suffered serious falls that led to hospitalization, while Deborah continued hiking, gardening, and living life on her terms. Want to test yourself? Try this right now. Sit in a chair with your arms crossed over your chest. Now, without leaning too far forward or using your hands, stand up smoothly. Were you able to do it? If yes, congratulations. You're in a rare group of older adults maintaining elite physical function. If not, don't worry. You can rebuild this ability, starting today. Here's how. Perform 5 chair stands every morning before breakfast. Sit, stand, repeat, without using your hands. Start with just 1 repetition, if that's all you can manage, and build up from there. Do this daily, and in as little as 3 weeks, you'll notice real, measurable improvements. Don't wait until this ability is gone. Your future independence depends on these muscles, and the time to strengthen them is now. Sign number 2, you can walk and talk at the same time. Here's a simple question with a powerful answer. Can you walk and carry on a conversation without needing to slow down, pause, or catch your breath? If you can, you may possess an ability that many of your peers have already lost, an ability that quietly reveals superior brain and cardiovascular health. Have you ever noticed how some people your age need to stop walking when they start talking? That's not just a quirky habit. It's a red flag. Neurologists at the Mayo Clinic refer to this as dual task capacity, the brain's ability to handle physical movement and cognitive processing at the same time. According to Dr. James Wilson, Director of Geriatric Neurology, the ability to walk and talk simultaneously demands efficient oxygen usage, strong cerebral blood flow, and synchronized neurological function. When those systems start to decline, this is one of the first things to go. Take Gerald, for example, a 76-year-old retired accountant who regularly strolled the neighborhood with friends. Over time, he noticed something. While he could chat about everything from taxes to baseball without breaking stride, his friends either slowed to a crawl when they spoke or fell silent entirely until they stopped walking. Gerald didn't think much of it. He was just enjoying the conversation. What he didn't realize was that this casual ability placed him in a rare class of individuals with exceptionally preserved brain function. Fast forward 3 years. 2 of Gerald's walking companions had suffered strokes. Gerald, on the other hand, remained sharp, active, and fully independent. His doctor later told him, "That simple ability to walk and talk, it was a sign of your brain's resilience all along. Want to test yourself? On your next walk, try this. Maintain your normal pace while doing one of the following. Recite a short poem, sing a few lines of a song, count backward from 100. If you struggle, don't worry. You can build this skill. Start with just 30 seconds of walking while speaking and gradually extend the time each day. This isn't just a physical exercise, it's brain training, and it could literally save your life." The key is to start now, because the longer these neural pathways go unused, the harder they are to restore. Sign number 3, you can balance on one foot for 10+ seconds. Here's a deceptively simple question that could reveal everything about your future health. Can you stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds without holding on to anything? Go ahead, try it right now. Lift one foot, set a timer, and see how long you can stay balanced. If you can make it past the 10-second mark, you're doing better than you might think. A groundbreaking study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine tracked over 1,700 adults and discovered something shocking. People who couldn't balance on one leg for 10 seconds had an 84% higher risk of death in the next 10 years, regardless of age, gender, or pre-existing conditions. Dr. Claudio Gil Araujo, lead researcher of the study, called it one of the most overlooked yet powerful tests of longevity. Why? Because balance requires a symphony of strength, coordination, and neural function, all of which quietly decline with age, often unnoticed, until it's too late. Just ask Alice, a 74-year-old retiree who took her balance seriously. Every morning she practiced for just a few seconds while brushing her teeth. At a family reunion, she playfully showed off by balancing on one foot during a conversation. Her sister Irene, also in her 70s, laughed, "That's silly. Why would we need to do that at our age?" 3 months later, Irene tripped while stepping off a curb and fractured her hip, a fall that led to a downward spiral of hospital visits, rehab, and lost independence. Meanwhile, Alice continued traveling, hiking, and living life fully, unafraid of falling. The truth? Balance is your silent guardian. It's not just about avoiding falls. It's about staying mobile, independent, and alive. Want to build yours? Here's what you can start today. Stand near a counter or sturdy surface for support just in case. Lift one foot just an inch or two off the ground. Hold it for 5 seconds. Repeat 3 times per leg. Gradually build up to 10 to 15 seconds on each side. Pro tip: do this while brushing your teeth or waiting for your coffee to brew. These micro moments can add up to a massive difference. Don't wait until after a fall to realize how important this is. By then, recovery is harder, slower, and sometimes never complete. Start now. Your future self will thank you when you're still walking tall while others are struggling to get out of a chair. Sign number 4. You remember names and events with ease. Can you effortlessly recall the names of people you've just met? Do details from last week's conversations come back to you without a second thought? If so, you might possess a rare cognitive edge, one that's rapidly vanishing among your peers. According to neuroscientists at Harvard Medical School, the ability to remember names and recent events beyond age 65 is not just impressive. It's a powerful indicator of youthful brain function. Dr. Emily Carson shares, despite what many believe, major memory decline is not a normal part of aging. Those who retain strong recall, especially for names and recent conversations, exhibit brain connectivity patterns linked to longevity and lower dementia risk. Take Walter, for example. At 75, he stunned his family during a birthday gathering by effortlessly recalling names and personal anecdotes from months past. His son laughed. "Dad's memory puts mine to shame." What they didn't know was that Walter's sharp mind wasn't just a quirky party trick. It was a sign his brain was aging far more gracefully than most. In fact, studies show adults over 65 who maintain this level of memory have a 47% lower risk of developing dementia, and they typically live 7 to 10 years longer than those experiencing typical age-related memory decline. Want to train your brain like Walter? Try this. When meeting someone new, repeat their name right away and mentally note a distinctive feature about them. Before bed, review the names and details of those you met that day. This simple practice strengthens the neural pathways responsible for memory. If you're already noticing some memory slip-ups, don't worry. Start with just one name a day. Gradually build from there. The magic lies in consistency. Don't accept memory loss as your fate. Those who retain razor-sharp recall into their 70s and 80s aren't just lucky. They're proactive. They're preserving one of the strongest signs of a long, independent life. Will you be one of them? Start today. Your brain will thank you. Sign number 5. You sleep deeply and wake up energized. Did you sleep soundly last night? Did you wake up feeling truly refreshed, ready to take on the day? If the answer is yes, you're not just lucky. You're enjoying a powerful biological advantage that's increasingly rare after 65, and it could be silently adding years to your life. Most people assume restless nights are just part of getting older. But sleep scientists at Stanford's Center for Sleep Sciences reveal a different truth. Deep restorative sleep is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Dr. Richard Thompson explains, our research shows that adults over 65 with high sleep efficiency experience lower inflammation, sharper cognition, and a 32% reduced risk of heart disease compared to those with disrupted sleep. Meet Diana, age 77. While her peers leaned more heavily on sleep meds and still woke up groggy, Diana stuck to natural sleep habits and woke up every morning with vibrant energy. What she didn't know was that her sleep quality wasn't just exceptional, it was the kind usually seen in someone 2 decades younger, and that one factor played a major role in her outstanding health while others around her battled chronic fatigue and illness. So how can you become a Diana? Start here tonight. Stick to a consistent sleep schedule, even on weekends. Avoid screens for at least 1 hour before bed. Blue light suppresses melatonin, your body's natural sleep hormone. Keep your bedroom cool, 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit, and completely dark. Don't check the clock if you wake up in the middle of the night. It only fuels anxiety and delays falling back asleep. And if you're relying on sleep aids, talk to your doctor about transitioning gradually to natural sleep, because medicated rest simply doesn't offer the same healing benefits. Here's the truth. Every night of quality sleep gives your brain time to clear toxins, your cells time to repair, and your body a chance to reset its most vital systems. Those rare few who sleep soundly after 65 aren't just lucky, they're actively slowing the aging process. Will you be one of them? Start tonight. Your future self will thank you for every restful hour. Sign number 6. You can hold a meaningful conversation without dominating it. Ever notice how some people your age tend to dominate conversations? They repeat the same stories, interrupt, or just talk. A lot. But here's a deeper question. Can you still engage in a true back-and-forth conversation, where you listen as much as you speak? If so, you're displaying something far more powerful than social grace. You're revealing exceptional brain health. According to social neuroscientists at UCLA, this rare skill, called conversational reciprocity, is a powerful indicator of prefrontal cortex function, the brain region responsible for social awareness, attention control, and impulse regulation. The ability to have a balanced conversation requires real-time mental flexibility and inhibition control, says Dr. Amanda Sutton, lead researcher. And those who maintain it after 65 tend to have remarkably preserved cognitive function and even longer lifespans. Consider Victor, 81, a retired music teacher known for how good it felt to talk to him. Unlike many of his peers, Victor never hijacked conversations. He asked thoughtful questions, truly listened, and responded with warmth and relevance. While others found themselves increasingly isolated, Victor's relationships flourished. What he didn't realize: this social ability wasn't just making him a better friend, it was also signaling robust executive brain function. Want to test and improve your conversational sharpness? Try this in your next interaction. Ask at least 2 questions for every story or opinion you share. Practice active listening. Briefly summarize what the other person says before adding your thoughts. If you notice you've been speaking for more than a minute straight, pause and invite input. What do you think? Or, have you ever experienced that? These aren't just social hacks. They're exercises that literally strengthen neural circuits responsible for memory, empathy, and self-regulation. And here's the real kicker. By age 75, most adults show significant decline in this area, often without realizing it. If you can still hold a dynamic, balanced conversation, you're in a rare category of cognitive resilience. If you've noticed this slipping a bit, don't worry. Like any muscle, these skills can be trained and sharpened. The key is starting now, because the ability to truly connect with others may just be one of the most life-extending tools you'll ever have. Sign number 7. You adapt to new technology without major resistance. Do you find yourself picking up new technology with curiosity rather than frustration? Can you navigate a smartphone, explore new apps, or learn how to use digital tools when needed? If so, you're demonstrating a rare and powerful form of cognitive flexibility, one that becomes increasingly uncommon after the age of 65. More importantly, this adaptability is directly linked to your potential lifespan. According to research from MIT's Age Lab, the willingness and ability to adapt to evolving technology is one of the strongest predictors of long-term independence and cognitive health in older adults. Dr. Joseph Coughlin, director of the Age Lab, puts it this way: "We've found that seniors who can adapt to new technologies demonstrate superior neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to form new neural connections. This adaptability isn't just convenient, It's a powerful predictor of extended independence and lower rates of cognitive decline. Take Emily, age 76, for example. When many of her peers dismissed smartphones as too complicated, Emily leaned in. She learned how to video chat, shop online, and manage her healthcare digitally. When the pandemic hit, she stayed connected and self-sufficient, while others who resisted technology became increasingly isolated and dependent. What Emily didn't realize was this: her willingness to keep learning wasn't just helping her stay engaged, it was literally keeping her brain younger. And here's the best part: this kind of adaptability has nothing to do with being tech-savvy or having past experience. It's all about attitude and practice. Here's what you can do today to strengthen your brain's adaptability. Pick one digital skill you've been avoiding. Maybe it's online banking, using a health app, or learning to video call. Commit to just 10 minutes a day. Watch a tutorial, ask a friend, or practice step by step. Shift your mindset. Instead of thinking, "I'm too old for this," try, "I haven't learned this yet." That simple change activates different neural pathways, improving how your brain learns and retains new information. Don't underestimate how exceptional this ability is. By age 70, over 60% of adults show significant resistance to learning new technology. If you're still open and willing to grow, you're part of an extraordinary minority with powerful cognitive resilience. And if this area feels challenging for you, don't worry. Every small step counts. Even a few minutes of daily practice can strengthen the neural networks that keep your brain flexible, engaged, and biologically younger. These 7 abilities are more than impressive. They're predictors of longevity. If you're performing even 3 or 4 of the 7 key functions we've discussed, you're already aging at a rate significantly slower than your peers. And if some areas are harder, that's okay. The strategies we've shared can help you build and preserve these abilities starting today. Remember, these skills aren't just about convenience. They're powerful predictors of how long and how well you'll live. Before you go, if this information resonated with you, hit the like button right now. Drop a comment below. Which of the 7 abilities do you still have? I'd love to know where you stand. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video, where we'll share simple daily exercises that strengthen these exact mental and physical functions. Share this with someone you care about, especially if they're over 65. This information could transform how they approach aging and may even add years to their life.